Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 618 of the show. How's it going on, everyone? It is a Saturday evening, June the 3rd, 2023, 6:11 p.m. What's going on, everybody? On the last episode, we talked about what happened on SmackDown, the fallout from Night of Champions. But now we're going to talk about the second part of the fallout from Double or Nothing. But this is a big night. AEW Rampage and in AEW Rampage, this was a Championship Friday. That means all the matches that were featured were title matches. And the first matchup was the AAA Megas Championship on the line as El Hijo del Vikingo defending the title against Kommander and Dralistico of Los Facción Ingobernables. This was a heck of a matchup between three of the best luchadors to come out south of the border, and Vikingo did retain his championship. Meanwhile, Team Planet Jarrett 2.0, interviewed by Lexi Nair, and then Mark Briscoe interrupted the whole thing and said he's about had enough. He says him and a partner is going to take care of Jeff and Karen Jarrett. And who would that? And he said, who would team up with you? Aubrey Edwards, the referee who Karen Jarrett slammed with the guitar on Double or Nothing this past Sunday night, showed up and basically tried to go after Karen Jarrett, and they had to be separated by officials and whatnot. So the New Japan Pro Wrestling Television Championship on the line as Zack Sabre Jr. defends against Action Andretti. And Zack Sabre Jr. of New Japan ended up retaining the championship. I've heard that him and Samoa Joe was going one-on-one. We shall see. And the New Japan Strong Women's Championship on the line. Willow Nightingale makes her first title defense against Emi Sakura. And Willow Nightingale did retain the title after she defeated Mercedes Moné for the championship. Mercedes Moné, a.k.a. Sasha Banks. And the Ring of Honor Pure Championship on the line. Katsuyori Shibata defends against Lee Moriarty. Now, the unique part about this is you got a limit of 3 rope breaks. Lee Moriarty exhausted all those 3 of those rope breaks and it cost him in the end. And Katsuyori Shibata did retain the title. Former Ring of Honor Pure Champion Daniel Garcia ended up confronting Shibata so at the end of AEW Rampage. Now, I want to, there was something going on, and excuse me for a second here. All right. MJF says that he thinks that New Japan Pro Wrestling stinks. So basically, I think what MJF has decided to do was something stupid and has insulted the wrestlers of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I would not be surprised, one iota, if somebody from New Japan challenges MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, as MJF flipped his lid, I mean, this was at the Double or Nothing media scrum that he said this. I'm like, hey, is MJF out of his freaking mind? I mean, seriously? I mean, seriously? I mean, MJF, are you kidding me? You're telling me that New Japan Pro Wrestling sucks? Are you freaking kidding me? I just don't believe it. And crazy part about it is now that we are about 2 weeks away from Saturday night's AEW Collision for the very first time. 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from tonight. I'm really excited about it, and I think I'm going to be live reacting with my friend Jordy Scow, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I just can't wait. I just seriously cannot wait. AEW Collision. I'll be looking forward. And we know CM Punk's making his return. So you're talking about ratings there. So we don't know what's going to happen really at that point. Right now, we still and I think in my personal opinion, AEW should have 3 shows on TV. The WWE does Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Why not AEW? AEW Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Who knows? I say let's go for it. And use AEW Collision as some of the superstars for tomorrow or something like that. Who knows what's going to happen? Or have feature someone. And since AEW is featuring wrestlers from New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact, why not have Impact join up? In AAA, do that same thing. New Japan. How about Stardom? I like Stardom. Stardom. Let the lovely ladies of Stardom be exposed as a in the States. I would love to see that. We saw Kairi Sane and Io Sky and the success that they have, and because of their exposure here in the States, they had pretty decent success. I mean, Kairi Sane's a former Mae Young Classic winner, a former women's tag team champion, former NXT women's champion. I'd like to see her come back to the WWE one of these days and try to pick up where she left off, basically. And you got I like to see I like to see Mina Shirakawa involved, Mariah May. You saw a former NXT standout Jessie Alaban being part of Club Venus. You got Julia from Donna Del Mundo. You got Tam Nakano. I don't know if Tam Nakano's related to Bull Nakano. That's another thing though. You get Starlight Kid, and hopefully if I like to see a lot of these wrestlers, female wrestlers and all that come down and make it. All right, no, I thought my alarm clock is not working, but it is. But I like to see them, come down, have AEW work with them or something like that. It'd be really, really, really super cool, in my personal opinion. But for MJF to say that New Japan stinks, or New Japan sucks, he's opened up a can of worms there, my man. MJF, you just opened up a can of worms. I don't know what in the world MJF's issue is, but he's opened a can of worms, and he's about to get his butt kicked by somebody. I would not be besides Hiroshi Tanahashi challenges him, or Kazuchika Okada. I like to see him, the Rainmaker, or Evil, being a more Tai Chi, or I like to see Taka Michinoku make a comeback to the ring and beat some sense into MJF. Somebody's gonna challenge him, Jushin Thunder Liger or the Great Muta come out of retirement and beat some sense into MJF. That'll be something to see. Or Ultimo Dragon, let's get him out of retirement too. Somebody in New Japan's gonna say, "Hey, listen." This is like my interpretation of it. Hey, listen, this guy's been trashing us, Mr. President. Can we go to AEW and beat this and forbidden door and beat the snot out of this guy? He probably say, "Hey, yes, okay, fine. Book me the first flight. I want to beat the snot out of that Beavis-looking butthead MJF. Yeah, MJF, you Beavis-looking butthead. You made a mistake dissing the wrestlers from New Japan, and I hope one of them gives you a straight-up New Japan mollywhopping. And once that happens, you'll lose that title for sure." That's my personal opinion on that. How do I feel about Toni Storm being the women's world champion? Happy. Yes, I love Toni Storm. I would love to see Toni Storm. If Toni Storm and the Outcasts will get an ally to help them or something like that, I think Harley Cameron would be perfect. Now I'm going to say, oh, here you go, Eric's simping after the Australian women. Most of the guys are simping after Rhea Ripley. Why not? Harley Cameron and Toni Storm, two of my favorite ladies from AEW. Why not? And Hikaru Shida, one of my favorite ladies also from AEW as well. So those are my 3 favorite ladies. I say, Toni Storm and Harley Cameron form some kind of alliance. That way Harley Cameron can be like, and she's done a good job with QTV. Hopefully I see her on AEW Collision. But might I digress? Might I digress? It's going to be a lot of fun to see Harley Cameron there, and just gonna, Harley Cameron, get her more into the spotlight, man. That's what I personally think that should happen. But might I digress again? So that's my AEW Rampage Event Center for June the 2nd, 2023 from last night, the Fallout from Double or Nothing Part 2. And all were title matches. Okay, so I will see y'all later. Until the next episode comes rolling around. In fact, for my Shenanigans Arcade, I'm gonna go a different route. I am gonna hop on the Capcom Arcade Stadium 1. I'm gonna play some Trojan. That's right, some Trojan. It's under a different name. I forget the name of it. But what I'm gonna do is, right now, a Red Sox game is going to be on a day-night doubleheader unless it gets rained out for some weird reason. And if it gets rained out, I'll get right into it. If not, we'll wait till tomorrow to do it for Shenanigans Arcade number 4 or 5, I do believe. We're going to play some Trojan. All right, the arcade version. And I have that for the Capcom Arcade Stadium for the Nintendo Switch. So Trojan will be the game I'll be playing for the Shenanigans Arcade. All right? So, until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doer for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.